Are Rotting Prometheans any good? Not just are they good, you could easily argue that these are the linchpins of the entire faction in the mid to late game, single-handedly solving several stiff and serious problems plaguing your forces. And yes, that was a lot of S's. Now, my friends, let loose the crabs of war. Please like, subscribe, comment, and consider donating gold to my Ko-fi page. All support is very much appreciated. A true monstrous unit, no infantry here. The Rotting Prometheans cost 1,050 to recruit for 263 upkeep per turn, but Vampire Coast reduces upkeep a lot. You get 12 entities on Ultra, with 7,920 health between them, so only 660 health per entity, which is nonetheless greater than the animated healths. Armor is 120. This is a low armor faction generally. 120 is going from soft-shelled to very, very crabby. Leadership is 45, respectable but not fantastic. Speed is 45, which is pretty decent, but that's it. This is nothing like a true cavalry unit. Melee attack is 38 base, which is deceptively strong. Attack interval is 3.8, which far outstrips old-style cavalry, especially lance cavalry. Splash size is medium and a maximum of 5 targets are damaged, which is respectable without being crazy. Against infantry, each Promethean will naturally find itself with a whole bunch of infantry close by as the crabs space out, so 5 is decent enough. Melee defense is 48, and that's pretty high. That's something you wouldn't normally see on a monster. It's more like what you'd expect on high-tier spearmen. Weapon strength is 77, divided between base 22 and armor piercing 55. Now, AP 55 is okay in a lot of senses. I mean, rat ogres have almost identical weapon damage and attack interval, but Morgul's and even Hulks have higher. Charge bonus is 22, and mass is 1500. So, while not cavalry, the charge bonus is actually quite respectable, and when your melee attack is only 38, turning it into a 60 temporarily is very useful. This unit counts as siege attacker for what it's worth, and has the usual undead features inflicting fear but not terror, and has charge defense versus large. In other words, you can completely stop Chaos Knights with lances in their tracks just by body blocking them with crabs. This means you can use them as a complete and total replacement for deckhand mobs, even deckhand mobs with polearms, for the purpose of protecting your artillery, gunnery mobs, and other squishy units. This is very important, and we will come back to this later. In the Lord Redline skills, Rotten Death grants a maximum of +6 melee defense and +6 physical resistance. It doesn't seem like much, but this unit is intended primarily as a defender, and that already pumps melee defense up to 54 at rank 0. But if you get to rank 7, Hardened by Death grants +8 melee attack, a stunning increase, +12% weapon strength, very robust, and spell resistance 15% for good measure, so that even magical bombardment doesn't fry you on the inside. The tech tree isn't that complicated. Aside from the general casualty replenishment upgrade, straining at the leech adds +10% speed and +15 flat charge bonus, going from 22 to 37. Reinforced Carcasses grants another +20% physical resistance, and Enduring Reanimation knocks 10% off upkeep and -1 to local recruitment time, going from 2 to 1, a huge help if you're recruiting from traveling legendary lords, which you probably should be. So how do you use Rotting Prometheans? Well, the footage I use here for the second segment illustrates that Prometheans do not cover the same surface area as your deckhand mobs with polearms, but they can hold off superior quote-unquote units of horned ones virtually forever. The problem here is that the gunnery mobs with handguns are obstructed, not that the Prometheans won't hold, and this is against robust, armor-piercing cavalry, albeit not anti-large cavalry. In a more normal situation, you'll use Prometheans to anchor the sides of a formation, with artillery that will whittle down the enemy's ranged infantry, plus you'll have magic to bolster your strength. Prometheans are even better than other units I've showcased at pinning blobs and softening them up for a magical bomb, be it Vangeist's Revenge, Kraken's Pull, Wind of Death, or a Purple Sun, since those kinds of vortex spells are more effective now. Handguns are a problem, but if I pick, let's say, Peasant Horsemen, a few bomber units would have annihilated them, chucking bombs over the Prometheans themselves, and they inflict a lot of base damage. In other words, I deliberately placed the Prometheans in a bad situation to show how well they hold, and this is without campaign buffs. They really are the backbone of your faction, despite being, well, you know, crustaceans. The flip side is that they're only okay on offense, but okay with armor this high, and the above benefits makes them extremely valuable when moving into a besieged city or settlement. If you're in the fighting in a dark alley situation. Even the armor-piercing units will take a while. Non-armor-piercing will want to throw down their swords in frustration. They just won't be effective inflicting damage on them. All that remains is for you to find a way to inflict damage back, in a faction with many, many ways to attack from higher angles. If mortars will do, great. A Queen Bess, even better. There will be more, but these are a start. The rest is just getting a feel for exactly how long they'll last and where their limits are. Sisters of Avalorn will burn them down, yes, but that's kind of what they do. You can't really call that a knock on them. Against lesser foes, they'll feel like they will last until the crabs come home. Just shoot, slash, blow up enough stuff in the meantime, and you'll win. Take care, and have fun making your enemies even crabbier than you are.